Hop Alive, Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, coming to you today to say, I think I might know something that you don't know. So it's going to be the tip of the week. Last week, I spent several days with Linnea Bentz from Hawaii Mainland Administrators, one of our platinum sponsors, who is a TPA. We had meetings in New Orleans and Baton Rouge, and as I learned and listened, I thought there were some things that I could possibly share with you. For those that are selling small group business, which is a lot of you, I'd like to just suggest that you try Level Funded. It's a self-insured product. It doesn't have the exposure of a full self-insured product, but it is an option and it can bring their rates down. So this is what I learned that you may not know. As you know, if you sell self-funded, a premium is set. Part of it is for reinsurance, part of it is for administration, and part of it has to go into a claims reserve based on what that reinsurance carrier feels like the claims are going to run that year. Well, most of your BUCAs, and that might be another word you don't know because it was something I didn't know several years ago. BUCAs are your Blue Cross, United Healthcare, Cignas, and Aetnas. So BUCAs. So normally the BUCAs who write Level Funded take that claims reserve and they might give that client back a third of it or half of it, depending on the contract. Should you write that Level Funded with Hawaii Mainland Administrators, that full claims fund goes back to your client. That's a huge selling point. You know, do you say your claims ran really, really good? The BUCAs are going to take 50 and you're going to take 50. Or do you say your claims ran really, really good this year and you're going to get the entire balance back? That's what I learned that you may not know. I thought that would be a huge selling point as you're going out and trying to figure out different options, especially for small business that are looking for, you know, they want to bring in group insurance to their employees, but they're trying to think outside the box. This is thinking outside the box. And then for those that sell self-insured, period, have you looked into reference-based pricing? If you haven't, there are those across the nation that are and absolutely are talking to employer groups. And what that means is, normally, and we talked about this on the Hill so many times, the hospital bill may be $30,000. By the time it's repriced, it might be $10,000. It's a huge difference. How did we get from that 30 to 10? Was that price so inflated that you can't really tell what the price is? And let me encourage you at this point to come and see Linnea's presentation at the summit. You will be amazed at the percentages, and she will tell you the percentages of inflation on some of the BUCA plans because she has the statistics and the data to back it up. So you take that bill, it was $30,000, it's now $10,000. What HMA does under a level funded, self-funded, and then reference-based pricing is it's pretty much seamless. To me, I am the employee. The doctor says you're going to need a surgery. So they're going to call to pre-certify the surgery. When they call HMA, which they would call a BUCA or anybody else, they're going to pre-certify that surgery. But they're going to take it a step further. They're going to ask that doctor, where would you like to have this surgery? And what facility? And then they call that hospital and negotiate a rate. So they're going to say, I think on average it was 127% Medicare. They're going to say, we will pay you 127% of Medicare. That hospital is either going to say yes or no. If they say no, they're going to say hospital B will do it for 124%. The hospital will either say, okay, we will, or okay, we won't. If they say no the second time, HMA goes back to the doctor and says, look, Hospital A will not do it for the negotiated price. However, Hospital B will. Can we have that surgery at Hospital B? The person, the employee, me, I still didn't know that happened. Now, if it comes to where none of that works out, then I will be circled in and told, this is what your benefits are. These are the negotiated rates. And this is what we could get for your procedure. So what that does is it cuts out that balance billing because HMA has already negotiated that for you. So it brings down the cost for employee and employer. And then depending on what kind of break they get, it might be that they go back and say, you don't have to pay the copay. The coinsurance, or you don't have to pay the deductible because we negotiated that down to a price that is much better than it would have been normally. So that is something that's really cool. It's happening everywhere. You kind of see it in some of these surprise billing where they're putting median prices in that, according to federal legislation, it would pay X amount of Medicare. So you see them trying to do this, but this is something that you can do for your client. It's seamless. The employee wouldn't know. They're just calling to pre-certify or find out what their benefits are, just like they would if they had a BUCA plan, but they would be calling HMA, which is the TPA. So if that's something that you're interested in, Linnea would be happy to run a quote, show you how you could either win that client if you didn't have it, or save that client some money, or possibly maybe she can't, but at least she would like to have the opportunity. There was one agent we talked to last week that had already renewed a level funded through United Healthcare. So I asked Linnea, I said, can you take this this sold rate and just show the agent, could you have saved them money? We know they would have got their full claims money back, but could you have saved them any money? And she was absolutely, I love HAFA. That's what I want to do is help your agents. So if you've got something you'd like her to look at, you can find her information on the HAFA website, click on partners. This is something that we're trying to do for our partners, is have a return of investment, bring them out into the workforce, let them meet you, and let them show you what they have to offer. So the tip of the week is claims funds go directly back to the client without a BUCA taking a piece of it. So I hope that helped you. Now, next week, on the 5th and 6th, is the Agent Summit. It is almost here. I still have some spots available, so please consider joining us. I know if you're coming from out of state, that's a little bit harder. If you're close, Texas or Florida, you might be able to be here. But Louisiana folks, absolutely, you can drive from anywhere in less than 4 hours. So please consider joining us. I believe Sandy filed for either 8 or 9 CE. So absolutely CE. You'll get to meet Dean Mose and talk about the federal marketplace, about the new HRA ICRA group plans, learn about Christian ministry plans, short-term medical plans, and the list goes on and on and on. I'm excited. I'm really excited about what we're going to bring to you, and I think that you're going to enjoy it. So it's not too late. Wednesday night, we're having a VIP lounge disco party in Suite 930, which is the HAFA Suite, sponsored by my HR Council and also Associated Benefits. So please join us for a wine and cheese VIP lounge. And then on Thursday at 5:30, we're going to meet in the front of the hotel. And we'll have a brass band, and the police will be there, and they will be leading our second line to Spirits on Bourbon. Hawaii mainland administrators have bought you all handkerchiefs, so you'll be able to swirl them around your head and just have a good old time. We'll have Mardi Gras beads for you. The reception at Spirits on Bourbon, you'll be able to have a cocktail and some Louisiana flair food. So hopefully you will have a wonderful, wonderful time. So until next Monday, check out HMA, reference-based pricing, level funded, and please email me and let me know that you're going to be coming to the summit. I need you, HAFA needs you, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love being the CEO for Health Agents for America.